Welcome back to another episode of Acura. We have got another busy week this week, so let's have it. So that's a recap where we're up to on our project. So we've got Tarvin, the kitchen is landed today, the client painted the walls, I think he put a first coat on last week, Phil put the rads on, and Matt has got the switches and the lights on. So as soon as our kitchen starts taking place, we can arrange then to get the second fix back in, Matt and Phil, to start installing all the appliances, and then we're not far off on that one. We've got the lathe, obviously the Ben lads there again today, carrying on with the oversight work. We've got an inspection later on today, so hopefully that gets signed off, and then we've got the concrete pour in the morning, and then we'll be starting the brickwork on the garden border extension. So I'll be glad to see the back of that groundwork. It's been hard work. So this morning I am on my way to Runcorn first thing. So as I mentioned last week, my buy-to-let moved out, I think it was last Monday. So I'm just getting the keys now to see what kind of condition it's in, because we need to get that all sorted up. Probably needs repainting, I imagine there's going to be little scrapes and bangs all over the place, but we're going to see. And then get that back out on the market to sell, and then get some money in a pot and let that go towards our development that we're going to try and sign this year. So that's the plan for me, and I'll check in a bit.
Good morning, and we're back again on the project in Chester. We're basically going to just continue on with what we've left off on Friday, which is continuing with the sand on that side, as this one, as you've seen, has already been done. So we'll get the sand in, we'll whack that down, and then we'll just continue on with the floor makeup. So that's what we're going to do right now. Sand's coming in, continue with that.
So Adam is currently in the van looking for a left-handed saw. Left-handed saw? Because you can't just put a normal saw in your left hand. 1-0.
So just got the keys back from the estate agents, and yeah, there's a lot of work that needs doing in here. This was my first house I bought on my own, and I lived there on my own for a few years. It took a few years to do up, and the plan was to always rent it out and kind of have this as my pension. But plans change, so I'm going to spend the next half an hour just walking around, doing a bit of a snag list really, because there is quite a lot to do. I can see already. So the kitchen definitely needs a new worktop. Probably needs a few extra units as well. The floor needs replacing. I did have a little leak here, so that needs doing. Upstairs, I think it's just going to need a lick of paint. Stairwell, lick of paint, new banister. And there's quite a bit to do outside. So the garden, we need a new garage door. Patio needs to go clean down, possibly relaying in certain places. And then the front elevation of the house, we have like a little porch that needs new gutters, new fascias, and then a good tidy up of the lawn. So there is quite a bit to do, but we're going to try and aim to get them done in the next 2 weeks, because this needs to go back on the market. So I've still got a mortgage on this house. I can't remember what it is now. I think it's about 640, something like that a month. So now obviously nobody's in the property. This needs to be on the market as soon as possible, and that's still going to take a few months. So next 2 weeks now, get it sorted, and then get back on the market, and then as soon as it's sold, get some money back in a pot, ready to go towards another development. So it's Tuesday, and I've been here, there, and everywhere. Bumpy road, isn't it? So I've been late this morning to see how the lads are getting on, and they are all ready for the concrete pour, which is coming today. And I've also been to Tarvin to meet Lee, and that kitchen is finally going in, and we waited for weeks from Ren. So yeah, it's all going well. So that project there in LH, we have to do a reinforced slab. So what that means is, within the concrete floor, you have to put mesh, like steel mesh. Now that one there, we've got 10mm mesh. Now there's a few different ways you can kind of do it. So the mesh has to be basically linked together. Now you can either do this with tie wires, or what we like to do, and you've seen Ben do it yesterday, is weld it. It takes a lot longer, but obviously a weld is a lot stronger than a tie. So where the mesh is linked, I think we've linked it over about 300mm each piece. So then it's tack welded there where the overlap is, and it's just a better job. So we always like to weld it. And as well, the mesh has to sit within the concrete. So there's a few different ways you can do it. In the past, we've put them on bricks, like a 2-inch piece of brick. You can get plastic stands or concrete stands. On that project there, we've chose to do it in concrete stands, and I've got one here just to show you. So if you have a closer look, you've got 50mm or 40mm, and that little slope, if you want to call it, the mesh sits like that. So, excuse me. So the mesh sits within the concrete. The mesh can't be at the bottom of the concrete because there's no concrete underneath, so it has to be within. And that 50mm then will take it within the middle of the concrete. So yeah, the lads are pouring out this afternoon. I have also been to Tarvin, so the kitchen from Ren got delivered yesterday, and Lee is there today. So Lee Campton is installing the kitchen there. I've spoke to him, so you've got to be on it with kitchens, especially when you're dealing with the bigger companies. So Lee thinks it's going to take about a week to install. Now, when that's happening, I've got to think about the templater. So I need to ring Ren to confirm how much lead time they need for the template to come out, measure, and then what the lead time is between measure and the delivery of the wall, of the worktop. Once I know that information, which I'll find out literally in the next hour, I can then organise the second fixed trade to come back. So Matt and Phil to come back, put the appliances, taps, all the nice little bits, and then that's kitchens installed. And then I've got, once I've organised them in, then I've got organised Lee's come back, puts cornices on and his plimps. So yeah, it's quite hard to organise, but it needs to be like that so there's no breaks in the schedule. So yeah, that's my plan for next hour. So yeah, that's how Ben and Cal are getting on with the concrete.
So that is the concrete finally in. You know, thought this day would never come, but it did, and I'm glad about it. So that's all in, going off now. Me and Cal are going to start loading out some of the block and some of the brick for the garden walls to go up, as we're going to bring all this up to the same height as this, like the new sort of raised ground level. Get it all like that, and then we can start distributing some of this soil and stuff behind the back of them, get the site nice tidy.
So it's Wednesday. I've got to the office nice and early this morning. So we've got a team meeting at 7:30 this morning. So I got here early just to prep for that. So what I've started to implement this year is, like I said on a previous video, to try and bring the team more into the business. So we're going to have a meeting once a month, just to discuss the schedule works for the upcoming month, how we got on last month, how was us getting on, how he's getting on at college. And just little things like any tools that we think we should be investing in, anything that we could have done better on. Could we have worked something out better? Could we have done that better? Could we be inefficient in a certain area? Just little things like that I like to go over with the lads. I already have a lot of meetings with Ben anyway. But yeah, like I say, I just want to try and bring the team more into the business this year. So that's the plan this morning, and then the lads are going to head back to the Leach to carry on with the brickwork. Well, start the brickwork. Oh, yes! Finally come out the ground. My plan today is I'm going to go have a look at a piece of land in Chester. I can't remember what time I got that booked in though. I'll have to ring the estate agents and find out. Yeah, I can't remember. And then I've just got a few quotes to follow up on, and then a load of documentation I need to do for the project. We're starting after the late. So as I explained, there's loads of documentation to do. Took me about 20 minutes just to do a construction phase plan for it yesterday. So yeah, never ends. So yeah, that's the plan.
Got me Michael Jackson glove on here. Hey. So today, trials are in hand. What we're going to do is bring up the block and brickwork in this raised patio garden walls to the same height as damp on the new extension. So that is what we're going to be doing today. Hopefully get quite a bit of it done. Reason why we're doing this and not going on extension is because we basically want to build these up, let it go off a day or so, and then backfill the mound of soil that's there, so if everything gets flat, we can then spin some of the steels this way out of the way, and then we can get cracking on that with a bit more working space. So that is the plan. So yeah, let's get setting out the walls. Got our was here.
Yeah.
And gonna give him a bit of trial time. So he's gonna run this last couple of courses in here while Cal builds that return corner. So you ready for this, Was?
More than ready.
Yeah?
Let's have it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, let's go.
Go, let's go. All right, let's go.
I won't show too much, but what a superb plot this is. Have a look at this. Wow. Ooh. So yeah, let's get back, do the numbers.
It's a new tool day, and it's here to stay.
Have a look at this bad boy here.
Ooh. 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 If you know me, you know I like new tools. So, I've been to Hull this morning to have a chat with the client about the copings. She's going to make her mind up today, because there's that many different styles. You got flat, saddle, apex. So yeah, so she's now going to confirm that this afternoon, and then I can get the lads back there to get them installed, and that's kind of signed off. As you can see behind me, I've come to Tarvin. I've been waiting like 2 weeks to get like 2 corner profiles to finish the cladding off, literally 2. So they've arrived yesterday, so I've come here, I'm going to put them on in a minute, and that's to see that now finally done. So now, after I've installed that, I'm going to head over to the lathe and see how the lads are getting on, and talk to the lads a bit more detail about this garden wall detail, how big the pillars are going to be and how far we're going to be taking steps out. So yeah, let's have it.
So we're just about to set out the steps on this raised patio, and sometimes it can be a bit of a head worker, you know, getting them all the right sort of height onto it with then adding on the flag that's not there yet. So basically what we've done is we're going to do a 333 mil tread depth, because we've got essentially 4 steps but 3 dropping down, and we're coming out a metre. So that's what we're having, tread depth. So then we're going to have 170 mil step up each time to get to the height. So it's 150 mil of brick, so 2 course of brick, and then you've got your flag and a 10 mil bed just on the steps, and that's how we're going to do it. So let's get cracking.
These kind of days where I find it hard to just stay in the office. Look at it. And these are days where I want to be on site. I'm working with the lads, and I kind of want to, but I know I'm kind of in the business instead of kind of running it. Now I've kind of got back to the office. I know I've got to sit in that cave now. No windows, just cracking on. But it's got to be done, isn't it? I love nothing better than to stay there with the lads and get a few bricks down, but anyway, so yesterday, as I said, yeah, I went to go look at that land in Chester, and I haven't had time to just break it down yet. So I've spoken to this agent again this morning, and we'll go down the numbers and see what we can do. And then I have a quote to do for a garbage conversion I want to go look at in Chester as well, that I need to do, and sort payroll out as well. So it's Friday once again, and it is Brecker Day, but not for me. I am in the office all day today, but the lads all going for Brecky. I think they deserve it after all the groundwork they've done on that job. So they're going with Brecky, and I'm kind of just going over that project in a bit more detail in the late this morning. Now, one of the first things I'm going to go over is the roof detail at that job. So the architect has specified like a rubber membrane, like an EPDM, with like a cedar moss finish on top. Now, the only thing with that is, towards the front of the roof, they've got like an internal gutter. Now, if you're using like a rubber product on a roof like an EPDM, there's more risk of the water getting in the joints. Even though they're proper glued and all that, I've had it before, the water gets in. So what I think I'm going to do is discuss with the client in more detail next week about swapping that to a GRP, so everything's formed in one. It won't be any more money for the client. I just think it'd be a lot better product and last a lot longer. And then obviously the cedar will go on top then, which will look better. And you can get the GRP in black as well, which would look superb. So I'm going to go over that now, and I'm going to order his windows as well. So he's having, obviously, a big window and sliders on the extension, but he's also replacing the 3 existing windows on the house. So I've ordered them because they will need to go in prior to the roof, because on the back elevation he's got an existing French doors, and we need to obviously lift that to get our roof joisted. So get them ordered, and then yeah, that's me for a few hours this morning anyway. So I will drop back in later.
So some form of licensing and registration. It was good to see in the Grenfell report that they...
So I'm just watching Brian Berry there, the chief exec at the FMB. So he's mentioned there bringing the licensing for building, which I've been going on about for a while, and it needs to come in. So at the minute, there's no minimum competence for builders, which is unacceptable. If you think builders who are doing like renovations or just extensions on the domestic side, you know, they can start from anywhere from 20 grand to 200 grand. So, you know, it's people's life savings. And at the minute, the industry is known for people getting ripped off by builders. So I think if they do bring this licensing in, it will carry a lot of weight for the contractors who actually do care and do a good job. So I'm looking forward to it. And he's just mentioned there the bill's going in the end of this month. So I'll be keeping my eyes and ears open for that one to see what happens. But yeah, bring it on.
I'm so glad to get out that hole and away from that tree.
Yeah, we've all had accidents with trees. Carl's had it up his behind. I took it to the eye. Nice. Actually looked bad in that camera, to be fair.
It looks bad, like.
I mean, it hurt, like, not gonna lie.
Looks like Warren's just done you in.
So, been fighting through the bushes.
You're not in that, was? No.
Yeah, now. So that is another week at Acura done. How do you feel the week's gone, boys?
Good. It's hard. It's been a graft, this job, since the get-go, to be honest.
It
That's my
has.
opinion.
It
I
has.
think we can all agree with that one.
Yeah, just the access and rough ground and things like that. Everything's just a fighting against you,
How's
innit?
your body, Joey?
Fuck. Knackered.
That needs bleeping.
Yeah.
Edit that out.
Swearing.
So, how's your body, Joey, after a couple of days back on the job?
Very achy.
Very
tired.
achy.
Very achy.
So,
It's been alright for the 3 days I've been here.
yeah, you'll get that. But yeah, so that's another week here. Please
Like and subscribe.
Comment on the video. Notifications on.
we'll see you on the next one.
Basically watch them all.
The sun is shining the weather is sweet.
Ha.
So that
What to say apart laying bricks, mate?
What was the think of that chandelier?
In and installed.
So let's go and get on with that.
and then what else we've got to do? Fuck knows.